Alright. Welcome everybody back to Dawncaster. In the last episode, we kind of went through the basics. I introduced myself, explained who I was, and we got to experience some new areas of Dawncaster that I am not personally familiar with, as I've played the mobile game a lot, but have not really played all the DLCs. So, we experienced the graveyard and went through this area here, Bright Candle, the first time. Then we went and chose the core path from the original base game to the Brightthorn Woods and defeated Garvin Graves. We are going to continue our adventure on this run with Sir Reginald the Learned, the Warrior. He beat some knowledge into him on this War Mace build. Again, the seed code on this is B1E287C861. Alright. Let's go talk to Consul Evelyn real fast. The consul greets you with a courteous nod. You made it back, which means you've already proven yourself more capable than most of the rabble that answered the gilded summons. Report your success. Traitors! Led by one of my former sergeants, no less. Disgusting. I can stomach those worry of our cause, but to abandon it altogether and surrender to the corruption, it's revolting. The consul reaches into the drawer on her oaken desk and hands you a heavy pouch. On behalf of the Radiant Militia, I thank you, warrior. You've taken care of quite the problem. As we noted in the first recording, Necro sucks at speaking. We're gonna continue this horrible voice acting. Radiant Militia is an alliance of the ruling entities of the humans living within the Shattered Realms, now temporarily gathered under one banner to fight the archdemon Dantelion. How's the war progressing? Ah yes, the consul pauses for a moment and takes a seat behind her desk, pressing the tips of her fingers against each other as she proceeds. As you might have gathered by now, our war effort against the Onyx Cathedral isn't going exactly as planned. The Onyx Cathedral, a giant fortress near the border between Umbris and Luminous, said to be the anchoring home of the archdemon Dantelion himself. The demon's resistance has been far stronger than we anticipated. Their numbers seem to grow by the hour, while ours dwindle every day. Who's this Dawnbringer? We call him the Dawnbringer now, but he was once known by his given name, Corellian Soulspear, a Kandorian noble discovered to be the champion by the Order of the Gilded Rose itself. The Dawnbringer, an honorary title to the individual destined to be the savior of the Shattered Realms in the times of darkness. Kandor, the largest and most dominant city-state, ruling over most of the other states within the Shattered Realms. Why are they so important? The Dawnbringer is not just a warrior of light, he's also our banner, a rallying cry to the men and women of the Radiant Militia, to give them the courage they need to push into the hordes that await us in Umbris. Umbris, the darker half of the Shattered Realms, now engulfed in perpetual darkness and home to many demons. So, why isn't the plan working? The council looks up and seems to think for a moment before taking a deep breath. Our champion is missing. I tell you this because you've earned the truth. Every day, the men and women of the militia grow more anxious as our numbers dwindle. Without our champion, the troops will lose morale, and if we can't change the tide, Bright Candle will be overwhelmed within weeks, if not days. Ask about the Gilded Summons. The Gilded Summons was supposed to give us the much-needed reinforcements the Magisters offer a profitable contract to those not enlisted already, but the call is being answered hesitantly. And I fear we might be losing ground soon. Magisters, the cabal of extremely wealthy, powerful, or influential, of often all of the above, humans who form the effective government of Kandor, and by extension, the Shattered Realms himself. Ask about the demons. The demons seem nearly endless. We anticipated resistance, even after Rai's initial strike. But I've never seen their ranks grow so large in so little time. And about the plan? The crusade is the plan. Ray gave us a sign, casting their beacon into the dark lands. It turned into a rallying cry, a banner the entire Shattered Realms could stand behind. But that's not all. The Shattered Realms consist of the patchwork of states and lands covering Terra. As the prophecy foretold, she sent us a champion, an avatar of light, carving the path into the abyss of Umbris, and reclaim what was lost so long ago. Aren't you looking for this champion? Of course we are, but so far, all of our scouts have, well, disappeared as well. And where was the champion last seen? Despite my advice against such a bold move, the Dawnbringer and the small number of his followers set out to the Onyx Cathedral itself. I hesitate to ask this of you, warrior, but the time for indecision is over. You want me to find him? To put it bluntly, there will not be much of a war if we don't find our champion soon. You have proven capable up to this point. Perhaps you will succeed where the militia has not. Do you think they're still alive? We don't. But an avatar of light and long-foretold champion doesn't just vanish and die. He must be up to something. We just need to know what it is before this whole war effort falls apart. What do I do once I find them? Report back, or aid them in whatever way you can. We need to reach the Onyx Cathedral and stop this incursion, or all hope is lost. I'll find this Dawnbringer. I don't know why, but I believe you just might. May the light guide your path, warrior. You will have earned more than just the Regent's favor, should you succeed in this mission. As for the traitors you've brought back, I'm not sure they deserve a second chance, but we can ill afford to turn down what little advantages were offered. Take this extra with my thanks, warrior. If anything, this is the first good sign we've seen in quite some time. Alright, horrible voice acting aside there. I think I'm gonna heal with my weapon instead of using Bright Candle in to bring me back to max health. We have 130 gold right now. Let's check what merchant Belthorpe has. Ah, Honorable Savior returns. Have a look at Julius's wares, my friend. Only the best prices as always. Devour Vitality. 8 damage and execute. Gain 5% of the foe's total health as your own. Maximum of 3. You gain the effect if the card with execute is active when you defeat your foe. Interesting. So we got Crushing Blow, Steady Strike, Twin Strike, Break Bonds, Defensive Strike. That feels real good. Stand your ground. This combat deal damage equal to your armor at the end of your turn. Man. I am sure that the warrior probably has an armor build maybe, but I feel like it would work better with the knight. Echoing Strike, deal damage equal to the last damage dealt this turn. Yikes. Shatter, deal 4 damage for every stack of Frozen on the target and then remove all Frozen. We don't have a means to apply Frozen, so I don't really care about this. And Devour Vitality is okay, but again, I just don't... Twin Strike makes 2 basic attacks. Break Bonds was okay. I don't think we need a lot. What do we have in ways of defense? We have Barricade and Barricade. We have 1 defensive strike. And we have a brace for impact. I think I take a 2nd defensive strike. Let's go check the blacksmith. Sadly, we can't do multiple upgrades. I think we upgrade all of our basics again, though. Recharged our weapon, that's interesting. We can check the inn, but again, we don't need to heal, and I'm not going to waste the money. So we'll go to the fortress gates and let them know I'm ready to leave. Alright. So again, these two on the ends are the DLCs that were offered with the Steam version. I've never played them in the mobile, so I don't really feel like going to play them now. Siege of Shadows and Riphide Ramparts. I'm going to take us to the Nox Light Swamp. I'm comfortable with this area, and we'll give it a shot. Plus, I would like the character from here. Spoilers. Canto 5, Nox Light Swamp. The thick fog makes it hard to navigate the treacherous ground, while only the occasional gaslight illuminates the deadly denizens of the damp, dark quagmire. Giggity. Trail of the Champion. The mysterious Nox Light Swamp is mired in a thick, impenetrable fog. Many soldiers and adventurers alike have tried to find their way through these dense and dangerous grounds, and yet none have returned with clues of the champion's whereabouts. Bolgar Blightbane. What are you doing in my swamp? Take it easy, Shrek. Anyways. Horrible jokes aside. We could die right now. Try and fight the Wandering Slime. Yeah, sure. Let's see what we can get, if anything. So, they have Slime Split. Whenever you start the turn at an even health, double your max health and anger. Noxious Fog is a unique of the swamp itself. Inflict 1 poison at the start of every combat and increases by 1 every combat and resets whenever I visit the camp. He has 82 HP, which is an even health, sadly. And we are going to increase his HP. Looks like he plans on hexing, and attacking, and healer blessing. And I think it's going to be healer blessing, then an attack. I don't know how much energy he's going to gain. I could try and set up with Surge Stone, but since he already is intending to attack me, I might brace for impact. Barbarism would be good for setup, but this fight here I know requires me to be pretty active and aggressive. Otherwise, he has attacks that deal percentages of his health, and his HP gets pretty big. Doubling this is 164 HP. 10% of his health makes it 16 damage. So, we're gonna War Mace him, and we will set up with a brace and a barricade, discarding barbarism. We'll end the turn. Yeah. Those are bad. So we need to at least get some bonks in. Now Battle Cry is triggered. Battle Cry is triggered. We've got Reprisal too. So we War Mace. War Mace. Siphoning Strike. We're already healed, so I think I will Reprisal. Good, 39 means that he's not going to double. He is going to punch me in the face for a lot of damage. What did he just hit me with? Slime Slam. Deal damage and inflict poison equal to 10% of your max HP. Yeah, that's what I thought. His max HP is 164. So yeah, he just dealt 16 poison and 16 damage. Yuckies. I don't like it. We can War Mace. We can get a backswing off. Which gives us a haste. And I think we War Mace again. So that's going to be 7 and 8 for 15. And it'll add another 7 to bring it to 15. Ugh. Gross. Oh, thank God. I'll take a stagger. At the start of your turn, take damage equal to half your stagger, then reduce the stagger by an equal amount. Poison sucks, but... heal and lose HP. Alright. Well, I think we're down to like almost half health already. That was a good first match. Shit. Alright. Frenzy 3 and conjure a random melee for 0. We can actually trigger Frenzy pretty easy now. And then this will give us energy when we play it. So as long as we have 2 energy off of Frenzy, we gain energy and draw a card. So it would technically, theoretically, only cost 1. That is more damage. I think we'll take the crushing blow. Technically, we don't have to take anything. Yeah, we are gonna heal for right now, cause yucca, that sucked. Lost Ranger. So now we're up to 2 poison because of 2 poison at the start of every combat. He's gonna deal damage, and we got defensive strike here, which is helpful. So we can get him hit with brittle, so now we'll gain 12 block. I really can't wait till we level up and can get another energy creation. Evasion, unfortunate. 5 poison, also unfortunate. Alright, so we have backswing over here. No way to trigger Frenzy yet. But we can throw this up, which is fine. Battle Cry. I guess that's a good point. We can capitalize off of playing cards to trigger poison, to trigger Frenzy. So that actually is convenient. Don't care about entering a frenzied state right now. Barbarism is okay. This is good for like a boss setup. Plus it's an enchantment. You'll understand my reason for taking it, not fully playing it all the time in a little bit. Anyways, big damage and some block. We will later get the ability to infuse an enchantment as a persistent enchantment. We weren't hit with a melee attack, sadly, so we will Surge of Strength, which is so strange based off of how this explains. Gain HP, prevent 1 HP per stack, and reduce poison by 1. Oh, I understand it better now. So we're reducing poison by 2 per. That's why we're down to 1 instead of 5. So we still take the damage. We don't get the HP, but we take 2 stacks of poison off. That makes sense. Again, reading is a skill, and I clearly don't have it. Alright. We can War Mace. Drops the boy right there. Alright, we level up. So there's our greater strength. Energized is also pretty good, doubling the normal energy the first round. So these talents here are a good way to generate energy for other types of things, like the magic skills. I'm going to leave Energized and Greater Strength here, because we have that extra talent already that adds extra damage based on our strength, so we're probably just going to end up taking the Greater Strength. But I'm going to refresh to the Greater Intellect and see if I can find maybe something better in these 2 rerolls that might get my attention. Remove all block actions from your deck and add 2 Tower Shields. That's funny. Tower Shield's a card I can't click on it to show it, but Greater Dexterity. Well, we're gonna go with Greater Strength. Lust for Battle. Fury grants extra anger for each attack card held by your foe. Add 2 Furies to your discard. And another backswing. We may take that to set up for the idea of using the Furies. But like I said here, Uncanny Strength. Your melee actions deal additional damage equal to your strength. So now our strength is 3. So now every turn we're gonna gain 3 energy and have 3 strength. So even that free War Mace is gonna be pretty potent, because +3 takes it to 5, and these War Maces here are gonna hit for a hefty 8. We'll take Lust for Battle. That prepares us to get more into the Fury side of things and start gaining anger. Which statue do we have here? The statue of a stately figure looms over your power through sacrifice. So it wants us to get rid of something to upgrade something, and that something has to share a type. So we discard a card to upgrade either melee, magic, ranged, or divine, and we have to get rid of a melee action. Oh boy. I really don't want to get rid of these 5 War Maces. They're cornerstone now with how much damage they do. I think we throw out the Reprisal. I know that it can deal decent damage if we took like a major hit. This becomes free if we were melee hit, and it deals 9 right now. Ugh. Or I could... I think we'll pitch the Crushing Blow. We only just got it, and we're not fully set up to use it yet. So I'll offer the Crushing Blow as the melee action, and we'll upgrade all of our melee actions. So now those are +4 maces, so that's 6 and 3 for 9 damage. And now the Retaliate and Reprisal will still do more, and our Siphons hit for a bit more too. Let's grab an opportunity. You spot something glittering in the shadows. 15 gold. Money! In the words of Senor Krabs. Let's go to the blacksmith. As much as I want to upgrade all of these, I am going to hit the Surge Stone again. So now we'll draw an extra card if we play this. It becomes more pertinent to play this off of earlier, because now every 2 surges we'll draw a card. Ooh, Orange Shrine. What do? Stone tendrils twist and coil around the shapeless stone of a deep black rock. Whatever this statue was meant to represent, its meaning seems long lost, if it ever had one to begin with. Predictability. The outcome of the Shrine of Chaos are quite unpredictable. Use at your own peril. Ah. I do not want to shuffle my energy, and I don't want to shuffle my upgrades. So we'll leave it. Where are we at on this right now? Fog, 3 poison. Heal for 11. We'll fight the Blighted Warrior. I can handle 3 poison, and it's gonna help trigger my frenzy. Alright. Well. Ouch. Aww. Bamboozled. Yep, I'm gonna have a card to discard, and I don't have a card to discard. That's fair. Would have been 24 block. Oh well. Bring it on, chump. Alright, well that's bullshit. Impervious. While impervious, take no damage when dealt damage on the enemy turn. Take no damage and decrease impervious by 1. So we War Mace to clear that, and then we retaliate. But we have enough War Mace to just drop them. Steady Strike. Make a basic attack, draw a card. We have been skipping on this a good bit, so I'm gonna take it. Pick up the opportunity. A bright red gemstone lies on the ground before you. As soon as you pick up the gemstone, you hear a voice inside your head. What is it you desire? Oh, to be healthier? I think this will increase our health. It's like a positive for a negative. To be wealthier is fine, to forget is fine, but I think we'll go to be healthier. Very well, I shall grant you this. Our HP is 80. So we go up to 90. So now we'll gain 9 HP per swing. We're getting there. Ow. Yeah, we're gonna rest at the campsite. Heal for 20%. Let's go for the Lost Ranger again. We know what he does. They also have the immune to bleeding stun, so holy moly, wants to give me all of it. I'll take a Fury even though I don't have a Fury. And then gain armor equal to the last damage dealt. We'll gain 5 armor. This sets us up for a nice... bit of things. 6 burning, that's fine. Now we heal a little bit at least. War Mace, Mace, Backswing, Reprisal. Down 40 health. What is this? Alright, Battle Cry, we know what it does. It says, Seething Anger. Add a Fury to your discard pile, then gain energy equal to the anger granted by Fury cards. Huh. And it deals damage to us, so it helps trigger our frenzy. The blood drops cost HP, and if I recall, that's just 1 damage per pip. We'll add it. Experiment a little bit. Take the opportunity first. You find yourself before a roaring bonfire. Skulls and bones char the unnatural heat. A cast iron pot hangs above the fire, illuminating a bubbling stew. A bone snaps, cracking like rotten wood in the flames. Yeah, I don't think sampling the stew is smart. Let's inspect it. The blazing heat beneath the pot scalds your arms as you stir the ladle, still lingering inside the bony stew. A pale eye floats to the surface before sinking into the vile Necro.exe has encountered an exception. We just blue screened. We'll try again. A pale eye floats to the surface before it sinks into the vile brew once more. We're gonna kick this gross pot over. As the steaming pot tumbles to the floor, it reveals its grimy contents, half-burned bones, eyes, and other indiscernible meats blended together into a foul, deep orange brew. Teresa. Bah, such a waste. Though, it did need more cayenne peppers. Kinda hate using a campsite so early on. I think we'll go to the merchant. Ooh, carving knife. I do like me a carving knife. So this carving knife is an equipment that you can delve up 3 totems. And these totems offer souls, anger, and I believe armor at the start of each turn. So each turn you get more increasing benefits. 40 gold. Ugh. Heal 5 damage, repeat for every 5 souls. We don't have souls technically without the carving knife. We would. Another one of those. No thanks. This turn, draw a card whenever you play a basic attack from hand. Lasting. The effects of lasting cards extend by 1 turn whenever a card is played again. Alright. I think I'm gonna be silly and buy the carving knife. Let's hit up the Noxlike Shaman. I want to be able to, before the final boss, to at least rest at the camp once to get rid of the poison. So we'll War Mace, we'll heal then to actually gain the health, we'll hit with the backswing. We could then defensive strike, and we deal enough damage to kill with reprisal. Smooth, smooth. Stand your ground's okay. Field surgery might not be horrible at this point. I don't care too much for the sharpening stone. I'm gonna go field surgery. We have armor, but I don't want to flood myself too deep with enchantments until I can start fusing them into me as a primary ability. And currently we've got Barbarism, and Battle Vigor. Field surgery it is. Alright. 2. We fight the Blighted Warrior, use our weapon, fight the Noxlike Shaman when he comes up, and then we go and proceed down the quest line. Cards, because we're gonna have to. Holy! Alright, well, now we get to see the power of Surge Stone, I guess. Surge Stone. Battle Cry. And now we can Sanguine Surge, which hopefully gives us momentum. It does. I wasn't positive, but I'm glad to know now. And we draw a card. Into a Siphoning Strike. Beautiful. War Mace, Siphoning Strike to heal 9, and then we'll gain Angers and shuffle them in. And we're still left with an energy. 12 armor. Good lord. Alright. We have no frenzy currently. Let's go Steady Strike for a basic and draw a card. Rally ourselves. War Mace. Ring of Power? Frozen is okay. So we'll Siphoning Strike and brace for impact and see how much damage he'll do. Frozen's gonna reduce it by a good bit, but... Alright, good. Okay. Let's heal. War Mace, Retaliate. I think we'll add the bandages. Just to continue to progress us with some healing. Alright, we'll heal. Noxlight Shaman. Aura of Blight. At the start of your turn, inflict 1 poison and increase this by 1. Oof. Okay. War Mace. This triggers, so we'll heal. I just need to be careful. I'll play the bandages first. And then we heal 2, heal 2. And then we can Siphoning Strike for 9, getting us some more health. Exor. Frozen. Rude. Deal 4 damage and inflict Dazzled. Draw 1 fewer card per stack of Dazzled, and then decrease Dazzled stacks by 1 per skip draw. And then Cold Bones inflicts Frozen, which will decrease our damage by 1 per stack, and then as we use, we'll reduce it. So these are back to just dealing 2, because we're gonna lose the 3. That's fine. Let's throw that out first. We weren't hit with a melee attack last turn, sadly, so Philosopher's Stone into some free stuff. Alright. Death Blow, Defensive Strike, which would set us up for a 10-hit bash, if we needed to. Oh, Battlefield Mending. At the end of turn, gain healing equal to twice the damage taken this turn. You cannot gain this effect more than once per turn. That is quite powerful against poison. It's also pretty powerful with the self-damage cards that we have going with, like, the Sanguine Surge. I'll take it. It's a free play, too. Opportunity. A magical song fills the air around you. It's beautiful and haunting. You want to keep listening to it forever. Feel Siren. Keep listening, cover your ears, hurt yourself. Hurt yourself. Sounds like a thing that learned Reginald would do. Before the music completely takes over your mind, you quickly stab yourself in the arm. A sharp pain goes through your body, but that might be exactly what you need to keep yourself sane. Eventually, the music stops. Your self-inflicted wound hurts, but at least your mind is still your own. Campsite, Torn Cloth, and Alchemist. Well, we'll progress down the story, the quest line now, I guess. You spot a piece of cloth hanging from one of the gnarled trees, strangely illuminated amidst the dense swamp fog by a gathering of dancing lights who seem to study the object with some interest. As you approach, the lights turn to an angry buzz, like a swarm of hornets, and attack. Defend yourself. So these are the stray lights that they mentioned in the little opening intro area. Let's play the Philosopher's Stone. Lust for battle. We will free hit it to get the 5. So these have Ethereal. At the start of your turn, heal all damage and lose 5 max health. So if you don't kill it right away, it will heal all the way up and lose 5. So it'll go to, ironically, it'll go to 29 HP max. So, gonna look at trying to kill it in 1 turn, but I don't foresee that happening. Actually, that's 18 and 5 for 23 and 9 for 31. We got it. Draw 2 cards too. Heal. Field Surgery won't do anything for us, but I'll play it and then Siphoning Strike to gain even more HP. 69. Nice. Anyways, childish things aside. Furious Recovery. Gain 1 rally and shuffle up to 1 Fury card from your discard pile into your deck, and it's upgradable. Oh. Okay. So you would gain 2 rally and 2 Fury. And what is it Lust for Battle? Fury grants extra anger, and then you add 2 Furies. So those put it to the discard, but he would put it into the draw pile then. I think that's a solid add. As you are ready... As you are ready to strike your final blow, the wisps disappear and scatter through the marsh. We tell, master, we tell. Inspect the cloth. The gold and white cloth leaves little room for doubt. The champion's party must have gone through this part of the swamp. We're up to 5 poison a turn. I think we hit the stray light. I believe we have 3 stray light fights before we fight the man, the myth, the legend himself. So let's reduce it by 2. Philosopher's Stone. Headbutt's a big hit. And the Siphoning Strike is free. I forgot. Man. War Mace will deal 8. And then I can... First Aid Kit to heal with some bandages. And then Siphoning Strike to gain 9. Woo! I don't feel like I'm making headway. And if I am, it's like 1 step... Like 6 steps back and like 8 steps forward with the health. I think this is gonna be the first... If anything, I could take Sharpening Stone. Besides that, I wouldn't take anything from that. I think I feel pretty comfortable with the deck. I know that we have 10 or more copies of a single card, but... Ooh, Festering Shambler with 6 poison. We'll try. I'm really pushing it to the limit right now. Sanguine Surge, which will trigger Fury if we have it. War Mace, Backswing. Battle Cry gives us the health and draws us a card. Add a Fury to your discard pile, then gain energy equal to the anger granted by Fury cards. Defensive Strike. Oof, 25 damage. I think we'll just pass. Try and save as much HP for myself as possible. Oh, I wish I was poisoned. Oh well. Only because I wanted to trigger Frenzy. Because I could have gained another 9, which would have been a literal 1 health above what we entered here with. So these are okay to take extras of, because they have charges. Once we use them, they'll be put into the, no longer usable pile, or as a Magic player like myself would call, they'll be moved to the exile pile. We'll fight the Stray Light. I probably would have been smart to trigger my weapon instead of, like, getting excited and not paying attention. Play Battlefield Mending, play Surge of Strength. Play that. Play Seething Anger. Play the Lust for Battle. And then we'll play War Mace, and then we should... Yeah, we'll gain 7 HP. Alright. Rude. But, I mean... Furious Recovery? War Mace? I don't think Furious Recovery matters. Defensive Strike. So here's where I'm like, no, I don't care to take him. So Bolgar Blightbane has showed his face, as gloriously bearded as it is. I'm going to heal here. Oh, yeah, second campsite. How? Yes! Alright, we'll fight Bolgar now. We don't need to use our weapon because we're already healed. I'll have to teach you a lesson. If you say so, Bolgar. So he intends to attack me. I think the play is this. I don't think he does any pinned or dazzled for his hexes. So I think I'm gonna Stone of Legends and Defensive Strike. Brace for Impact stays persistent, so I'll have block for next round too. The one thing that's dangerous about Bolgar is he's a like poison build. So he'll gain 1 HP whenever someone takes poison damage. Then he inflicts 2, and then most of his attacks 2 damage, deals 1 additional damage for each stack of poison. And then inflicts a Bane and inflicts 4 poison. The Bane, whenever you gain an affliction, you gain an additional for the stack of Bane on that affliction, so he's inflicting 4 poison, but Bane's going to make it 5. And then Grim Harvest, deals 6 damage if the target has 5 or more poison, inflict a critical hit. So, we are on a tight clock, shall we say. War Mace, I kind of want to use the Sharpening Stone just to get the War Mace upgraded and get the Sharpening Stone out. But I'm also concerned by having poison, I need to try and play out cards. So I think we brace. Sharpening Stone, which will stay, and then we Furious Recovery. Now we at least have 2 poison, which our block helped. Oof. Good Lord. We'll play Battlefield Mending because we're gonna start taking damage from the poison, and we need to counteract that as best as we can. Much as I want to play the Surge Stone, I think Philosopher's Stone needs to be played. Flanking is good, and then Headbutt secures us the win. Man, that Philosopher's Stone has been doing work. Alright, Lionheart. Whenever you gain HP, gain an equal amount of armor. Oh, man. Both of those are real good. Kind of sad I didn't build like an armor build. Strength in numbers. Whenever you add a permanent card to your hand, gain 3 max health. Well, we've already like have our deck pretty full. This is no longer as exciting. Epiphany. Gain a random legendary card. We do gain a pretty consistent amount of health. Kinda want Brutality though, because Inflicting Stagger is pretty nice. Oh, a second Battlefield Bending. Master of Arms though. As enchantments go, it's pretty strong. Look, red eyes are gone. He's no longer all angry. He looks like a really haggard poison druid. Bolgar Blightbane. Enough! The old man sighs as he leans heavily on his staff. I must be out of practice, he mutters under his breath. Tell me, why are you invading my garden? Can we please just go about our business? I'm looking for the Dawnbringer. The Dawnbringer? Bolgar scoffs and steadies himself somewhat. Has it been that long? He and his army did come through my garden. As much as I'd like to tell them otherwise, they headed straight for the mountains. And my charming new neighbors. New neighbors? The old man nods. Yes, some lesser fiends. Nothing like a Balor or Archdemon, not powerful enough to cause real trouble, but she did take some of the bandits that normally roam the outskirts of my swamp. I should thank her, really. An army? They looked like zealots to me. Then again, most of you humans do these days. I stayed clear of them. The occasional brigand or demon I can handle, but these self-righteous fanatics looked more trouble than they were worth. That is most helpful. The old man shrugs. As for our misunderstanding, I still find myself at your mercy, warrior. Why did you attack me? The old man narrows his emerald eyes. I live out here to be left alone, warrior. When humans come trouncing through my garden, it is rarely to leave me a fresh loaf of bread. Bandits, soldiers, would-be heroes all think me as prey, and most of them end up fertilizing my plants. Bolgar can't help but chuckle as he pokes his gnarled staff at the skull in the dirt at his feet. Ugh, no harm done, old man. I don't care if it was mercy, curiosity, or greed. You've made a wise decision, warrior. As a token of my own good faith, I shall return the favor. It seems fate has a funny way of catching up with me, and I am inclined to answer its call this time. I can share some of arcane knowledge with you, for a price, of course. Arcane knowledge. The old man nods. The imbuing of an enchantment is a powerful, but expensive process that allows you to have an enchantment from your deck active permanently. The enchantment card must be in your deck and must last longer than a round to be imbued. The card is removed in the process. Huh, can you imbue something now? I do not possess the required materials right now. But once we venture beyond my garden, I am bound to find something I could use. Where do I need to go? Give me the goods. Bolgar nods. We could follow in the footsteps of this Dawnbringer through the mountains over yonder, or try to gain on him via other means. The choice is yours, warrior. What other means? There is a place that can help you find this Dawnbringer faster than just chasing their heels. There is some risk involved, but if you're willing to do a little extra planner travel, I could provide a shortcut free of charge. So we'll explore this area a little bit more because I know we had a campsite and the alchemist was here. I am unsure if there's anything I care to use. I used the sharpening stone already. It was one use. That's fine. We'll campsite to rest. We could buy a potion from the alchemist. I don't know what I would want to like transfer something to a higher rarity of. I could try and transfer the Ring of Power, but as far as I know, there's not a ton of rare or legendary cards that exist. But again, a lot of cards are added with the DLCs that I don't know about. I think I'll just play it safe and leave. I don't need to buy a potion. We need 100 gold, spoiler, to use Bolgar to infuse an enchantment, then it activates it like a talent. So I need to first decide what I want to infuse. Master of Arms is very tempting, but so is Barbarism and Battle Vigor. I really feel Barbarism. Battle Vigor is good too, and you can imbue more enchantments with him. It just goes up in price. The Isle of Talos, Death of Divinity, Temple of the Pyre, or the Amber Mines. What is this? Follow Bolgar into the swirling vortex of time. Travel into the heart of a fiery volcano. I think my choice is to follow the core, because it's the main story and I know it right now. So we're going to continue into the Amber Mines. The Amber Mines used to be the primary source of the precious Amberstone. Now a sinister glow promises a new purpose for these caverns deep within Umbris. Court of Stone. These mines were the next stop of the champion, according to an eccentric hermit. Perhaps these dark halls will reveal more about the pilgrimage of the Dawnbringer, its entourage, and their sudden disappearance. Serena Hellspark. You wouldn't hurt me, would you? Oh. Time to chop up a succubus. Alright, I'm going to avoid the blacksmith because I want to save my gold. So we'll hit up an opportunity and hope it doesn't take gold. Oh. I remember this encounter. Circle of Candles. You spot a strange circle on the ground. The glowing symbols are surrounded by candles, all but one flickering ominously. I don't know what reaction I'm going to get from Bolgar from doing this. Okay. I think I'm gonna I'll destroy the circle. Amber Elemental. Can I deal 156 HP of damage before he... Can you stop hitting me? I'm trying to read stuff. Before he breaks his Amber Infusion. Cards rewarded by this creature are upgraded by 10. When this reaches 0, the creature will vanish. And then he plays things that will decrease... that will decrease this number. So we'll Sanguine Surge into a Battle Cry to draw a card. Surge to heal. War Mace, Backswing, War Mace, Defensive Strike for 23. He's probably gonna chip this down by a good bit. Yeah, reduces Amber Infusion by 1. Mending, Master of Arms. We War Mace, and then we'll Siphoning Strike to heal. Then we take damage and we heal damage, thanks to that. He has chipped it down again, yeah? By 1, by 1. Unfortunate. I'm going as fast as I can. Alright. I think the answer is War Maces to the face. Yeah, that's the answer. A simple solution. But now, whatever he rewards us will have a +7 upgrade. Oof. Yikes. I know I got rid of the Crushing Blow and I said I could add it again, but that Defensive Strike at +7 is pretty crazy, and I could remove a Defensive Strike then. Maybe if we're lucky we'll find that shrine. What's this shrine? It is a duplication shrine. Oh my. Surge or Sanguine? I think Sanguine. Now we know that Sanguine Surge is a surge because it helps enable our frenzy. We have a campsite, but I'm not too worried about it. Amber Drillers are interesting. They inflict slow. Remove all your foe's armor and barrier at the start of your turn, so armor's not gonna help against him. As I just read, and you obviously saw. War Mace, Philosopher's Stone. Okay, I think we'll Echoing Strike. 13 damage. He gets rid of my armor anyways, so I don't know why I'm thinking I should try and gain armor. It's not going to help me. So be smart about this. First aid kit. Heal, heal. Ring of Power. Whoo, there we go. So even though he removes it from me at his start of his turn, Frozen should hopefully reduce some of his damage. So slow is a pain, as you can now see why. Whenever a foe plays a card during their next turn, inflict 1 slow. So increase the cost of the next card drawn by 1 generic energy, then decrease slow by 1. It's rough. It really is. We'll backswing and then we'll end our turn. Hopefully haste will counter at least one of the slows. I think we were hit with a melee action at all. He just Amber Balled me again, which is obnoxious. So we can War Mace, and then that's 15, so we'll kill him with the Retaliate, so we'll heal. $6 gold, Twin Strike, make a basic attack, flanking, make a basic attack. Bury a card and swap your discard pile in your deck. That's real good with the Frenzies or the Furies. I don't really care to bury a card. So, bury a card removes the top card of your deck from combat. Eh. What's the worst that could happen, right? Amber. Let's go to the opportunity first. Hey you, Walker, wanna buy something? A shrill voice shouts out at you before an imp flutters into view, its tiny wings barely able to keep its pot-bellied frame in the air. What do you offer? Many things, Walker, many things. The imp nods and rummaging through the large bag hanging from its left foot. You looking for enchantments? We got lots. The imp leans in conspiratorially, then continues to shout into your ear. For you, special friend, great price. Only a little bit of soul. Not whole thing like greedy demons is. Sure, let's deal. The imp smiles, widens even further. Then you get the thought possible before it quickly pushes the bag towards you with its hind legs. Great decision. Look, only best for smartest walker on the whole world. So he's selling enchantments. I can't use the Aura of Venom. I don't have sharpshooters, just the basic attack thing. I think savagery we can. Oh, he imbues it? Oh my. Okay, so we're probably gonna lose HP. That's, he said, only for a little of our soul. So I'm guessing he's going to either take HP from us or take max health. Oh my. Okay, yeah, we'll imbue savagery. Yeah, it looks like we lost 15. Yeah, that was a lot. But big plays, baby. Because now we can imbue an enchantment. And I think barbarism. So we have another Amber Slicer, again another first strike creature, so we'll hit him up. Berserk imbued. Imbued enchantments. Enchantments that last the entire round of combat can be imbued. Imbued enchantments always start in play at the start of combat and are removed from your deck. So we reduced our deck size a little bit. Now, as you can see, we have Savagery active and Barbarism active. So in our discard pile now, we already have a Fury. He plans on doing a potentially deadly attack. Surge Stone, Lust for Battle, more Furies. And then we'll also gain HP and War Mace him once, and then we'll pass. 3 damage twice and something. What is it? 3 damage twice. Attack 2 more times if you are below 50% HP. He was not. Hallelujah. Okay, so we'll bury a card and we'll swap the discard already. I wish I had a way to draw right away, but I don't. And now we get all the Furies back. War Mace take us to 10. Philosopher's Stone, Unstoppable, 3 armor, you cannot get stunned, slowed, or pinned. A free Siphoning Strike. War Mace 9, so that'll be 19. I think that should give us an energy. It does. Nice. Drop them down to the bottom. And we heal back to full. War Paint. Shuffle 3 Fury cards into your discard pile, then draw a card. And it's memorized. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. That feels pretty good. Not enough money to utilize either of these, so we're gonna stare down the barrel of another Amber Elemental. Let's hit the War Paint. Surge Stone early, Philosopher's Stone. We will War Mace, Death Blow, Barricade. We can discard the Reprisal. And then we'll end turn. I forgot all about Savagery already, because I am the dumb. We were attacked with melee attacks, so Retaliate is active. Basic attack, draw card. So we War Mace into Steady Strike, into Surge of Strength, into the War Mace, into the War Mace, Field Surgery, Retaliate, end the turn. This is gonna drop to 7 probably. Yeah, that's what I thought. But hey, we healed. Oh look, Carving Knife. I get to showcase it real fast. So you activate it, this is how it works. You get it becomes an activatable with 3. So I can add Armor, Souls, a Zap, I forgot there was a 4th, or Anger. So I will play Anger. So at the start of my turn, I'll gain 1 Anger. And then I can activate this again, which is all well and good, but it's not gonna matter. Man, 100 XP from him. Echoing Strike can't do anything upgraded. This is 10 damage now. Oof. I think I take it. Oh yeah, the equipment education. Equipment. Tap the equipment icon to activate it. Press and hold the icon to reveal the card information. Each activation takes 1 durability point off until it reaches 0 and is removed for the remainder of combat. Oh my goodness. I think I take this. Echoing Strikes is really good. I understand. But how can I pass up a +7 Sweeping Strikes that adds a random melee action for free? And we already have a defensive strike that's like bananas strong, so... Hey, psst, over here, a voice calls out from the dark. As you approach, you see a traveler wearing a black cloak standing in the shadows. I was robbed, the figure exclaims. Now I have no things. Do you have things to share? Who robbed you? Wait, I not see who took things. Do you give one of your things? I am gonna give a card, mostly because I want to get rid of one of these, defensive strikes, and I want to get rid of either of these to keep the 13. So we'll remove one of the +1s. Thank you, fellow traveler. I now have Thing again. It doesn't give us anything, but it's a feel good. It makes us feel good. Yeah. We'll go to the blacksmith and we're going to upgrade the Surge Stone again. Because if we can upgrade it to 5, then every Surge draws us a card. We'll fight the Amber Slicer and get punched in the face first, because first strike is rude. My goodness. Sense Vitals. Gain 1 anger and inflict 2 vulnerable. That is rude. I am not a fan of any of that. Okay. War Paint. War Mace. I think if I play this War Mace, I'll gain an energy, which will take me back up to at least 1 energy, and I can then play the Surge Stone, or I play the Barricade and not be dumb. Who knows? I do. I'm gonna play the Barricade because I'm not that dumb. Anyways, discard the ring and the turn, because we're taking 40% extra damage. I don't trust him. Carving Knife is beautiful. Will Totem of Carnage. But I don't know if we got it, but I don't think we have to worry. Yeah, we got it. I don't think it's gonna be a huge problem. Determination. This combat, whenever a melee action you play deals no damage, gain 1 anger. Frenzy, also gain energy. Ooh. Ooh. Deals no damage. It's probably a non-bow. With how much damage we do with Riddle. So I think I'm just gonna skip. It feels pretty good if we wouldn't be dealing as much damage and we'd be doing like a build anger quick, like over time build with rampage cards being our key component. But we're kind of building anger in the late game here, so I think we just skip. Check out the shrine. You spot a worn statue. Even though its base is shattered, it seems firmly planted on the ground upon inspection. Its folded hand seems to have a small space between them. Perhaps you could slide a card in. Try of stability. Adds reliable. I would like a card to have reliable, yes. And I would like... I would probably like one of the siphoning strikes, probably the +2 siphoning strike to gain reliable. So we'll offer the siphoning strike. And that makes it reliable. So now, we don't need Frenzy for that one to work. We can see what the merchant has, but I don't think it's going to matter. We don't have unique energies. I don't really care about Sleight of Hand, delving for a non-unique card. Reprisal Battle Clobber, deal 8 on hit. Your Fury cards grant 1 additional anger. Woof! Fury builds would be loving that for anger. Anyways, we leave them. Opportunity. You realize the hardships you've overcome haven't slowed down yet and feel stronger for it. Huh. You gain 10 max health. Suck it, imps. Taking my life. Ooh. The Amber Hauler scares me. This ended my run earlier today. I feel like I need redemption. Alright. Fury. War Mace. Yes. Stone of Legends. Battlefield bending doesn't really matter right now, but we'll Orphic Glance. Actually, that's a lie, because now I'm going to gain each. I can only have it once, so I'm not playing it again. And I'll gain 8 armor, because he's going to hit me, and I don't like it, because start of your turn you gain 1 armor for every 2 damage you've taken last turn. And then, at the start of your turn, gain energy for each 5 counters on heavy burden. Remove 1 counter for each damage you take. Ow. Holy Furies. Fury. 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 Surge of Strength. Carving Knife. Anger. War Paint. Oh, yes, please. Sanguine Surge. Then we'll War Mace. War Mace. And then break his face with the Stone Sword. That was quite a pull. 69. Nice. Anyways. I am 5 years old. Sunder Armor. Remove your foe's armor, then deal damage equal to the armor removed and inflict 2 vulnerable. Oh, that's a pretty good situational. activate my weapon and fight the Amber Overseer. Oh. This is a weird setup. The Master of Battle. I am dumb. I shouldn't have played that yet, but say la vie, it's too late now. Then we War Mace him for 6 and we take a big old 2 bonks to the face. Yep. More than 2 bonks. It was deal 1 damage, repeat this attack for every point of anger, then remove all of your anger. Oh. Let me guess, he builds anger by being hit. Whenever you are dealt damage, gain 1 anger, then when you have 6 anger, remove all anger and deal 6 piercing damage. Rude! Piercing damage ignores all effects that would reduce or prevent its damage. Yeah, I know what that does. That is quite the asshole move. I'm gonna play the carving knife. I'm gonna go for carnage, even though I don't think we're gonna have to worry. I'll play the Orphic Lens, which draws us an anger to draw us that, which will draw us the War Paint. We can Sanguine Surge, hit with a War Mace. Alright, this one's reliable, so I'll always hit. So I don't need to worry. And this will deal more damage. So he has 3 anger, so oof. Rude. Yeesh. Alright, that's enough. I lied. That's enough. Oh, and a level up. How lovely. Demolisher. Enemies start with vulnerable equal to your strength? Ooh! And dark steel plating is pretty freaking cool too. Gain armor, gain double the amount. Alright. Well, I think Demolisher is what we're going to go for, but we will refresh Devotion twice, probably. Uncanny Strength, your melee actions deal additional damage. Oh no! Now I don't know what to do. Refresh the Dark Steel Plate. War Priest, double all your healing during combat. Oh man! All of these are so good. So enemies will take 30% more damage. Is that going to be better than 3 extra damage? I think it will be, because my hits are hitting heavy. I'm not taking any of these. And you can't make me. Amber Claw Driller. We're just gonna drag this all the way out. Well, we got the Surge Stone right away, so that's nice. Play Surge. War Mace him. So he's planning a heavy attack. I don't like it. I'm gonna hit for 28. Oh, right, I forgot because of that. I just continued to generate all of the energy. Alright, now we'll end the turn. Oh, he died. Goodness. Nope, don't care. The deck is working pretty nicely. I'm gonna go to a campsite and I'm gonna rest to prepare for the boss fight. Alchemist, I don't care, so Trapped in Amber. A collection of massive orange crystals stands out from its dark surroundings, casting strange shadows upon the stone walls. Step closer. You tentatively move towards the closest of the orange clusters. Gazing into the warm light of the amber jewel, you notice a remarkably humanoid shape trapped within the vibrant resin. Strike the crystal. Your war mace strikes the strange formation. Thin cracks start to form as an overpowering sense of anguish starts to fill your soul. Suddenly, a thick black mist coalesces behind you, and a clawed hand reaches for your weapon. Pull your hand away. The demon scowls, pointing a finger at her eyes. Look, but don't touch. Is that too much to ask? The demon briefly glances at the crystal before wrapping a protective arm around the figure stepping out of the dark mist next to her. Who are you? Me? The succubus smiles back, flicking her tail low to the ground, and pats the head of the ensorcelled and cloaked priest at her side. They want to know about little Serena. Isn't that sweet, puppet? Puppet. The puppet wears the trappings of a priest of the White Rose. Despite the lack of crystals on her, she seems to be under the same spell most of the denizens in these caves have succumbed to. White Rose, the Order of the White Rose, is the most publicly known face of the Chantry of Light outside of Kandor. An order of priests and clerics that profess service to the Lady of Mercy, discipline, and beauty above all else. How about a trade? Nah. Be gone, you crazy demon. Crazy? Crazy? That's not very nice, is it, puppet? The demon smiles, a deadly smile. Not nice at all. The demoness turns to the priestess head, left to right with her sharp-nailed fingers. Show them some manners, puppet. Hero I can't resist. Viola Skysworn. 112 HP. Seems to be under control, so we got Charmed here. Lose the battle if your health is less than your Charmed. When dealt non-piercing damage, remove an equal amount of Charmed. Holy Aura, immune to Bane. One Voice, your foe's Charm does not affect you. Possessed, while Charmed, redirect all damage to your Charmed. Whenever you gain health, gain an equal amount of Charmed. Alright. Let's buckle up, I guess. So let's hit with a brittle. Oh, right. We're not going to gain any brittle because we have to hit them to get brittle because of the charm. Double buckle up. This is going to take a minute. Well, Sanguine Surge, Battle Vigor, War Paint. We're not going to deal any damage because of Barricade. And we'll heal and heal. Then we'll end. I'm fine with taking some damage. Draw an extra card, Philosopher's Stone, so we can Battle Cry because we have that activated. Fury your discard pile and gain energy equal to the Anger. I don't have Anger right now, so... Master at Arms, Philosopher's Stone, Twin Strike, 2 hits, Siphoning Strike. Mace, Sweeping Strikes, Retaliate for free. Almost chewed through it. Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. And a turn. It's a spell of blessing. Well, I don't have any blessings right now, so lucky me, I guess. We will, though, now. Gain anger. So she intends to hit me for a lot. So we'll heal, well, gain energy, brace for impact, and then we're just gonna try and swing out with these maces. Gain another anger to start a turn. Surge of Strength. So let's go Lust. Furious Recovery. War Mace. Now we're hitting. Backswing, gain an energy. Backswing, gain an energy. And siphoning strike. Ooh! Got there. I'm fine with another Sanguine Surge. The priest stands dazed for a moment as the demoness's influence visibly subsides. I thank you, warrior. It was a noble thing to do. Not many here have the willpower to stand up to that demoness. These crystals amplify her suggestion. Or perhaps she amplifies the crystal's suggestion. Who are you? I'm Viola Skysword, High Priestess of the Order of the White Rose. I was summoned to support the Dawnbringer, as the prophecy foretold. Tell me about this Dawnbringer. The Dawnbringer is our champion of light. He shall free shattered realms from the darkness. Every few hundred years, Rei sends one of her children to aid our battle against the ever-encroaching darkness. I'm kind of slow on the uptake. What are you doing here? Wait, I was part of the Dawnbreaker's entourage. We were searching for a way back into the Black Citadel when a demoness attacked us. And then the Dawnbringer just left us. I couldn't believe my eyes as he fled into one of the tunnels. Where did the Dawnbringer go? Was it that tunnel? I don't know. There must be something down here that he needed very much. There was something in his eyes that frightened me. I'm getting paid to find him. I have to find him. The priestess nods and hands you a sun-shaped amulet. The White Rose shall aid you, my hero. May this amulet aid you in your journey ahead. I shall pray that Rei looks kindly upon your quest. Priestess Rei recruited. Okay. What were these again? 10 of 1 card, call to arms, survive the final encounter with a warrior, which is what we're trying to do, and then the Aura of Divinity. I think I might have actually had that card and skipped it because I am I'm just the most intelligent gamer on the planet. Clearly. I could remove cards, but I don't honestly care to. I think we're playing well. Furious Recovery, 1 rally and shuffle up to 1 fury into your discard pile, from your discard pile into your deck. Okay. So play Recovery after you play Lust or Warpaint. Understood. You would think I pay attention to these things. This is going to become good in the Black Citadel. I don't need to heal, so feels weird just having 2 campfires that I'm not going to utilize. You find a discarded journal deep into one of the mine shafts. Whoever left this must have done so recently. You brush off the sand from the leather binding and notice a very unique seal that matches the sigil found on the banner back in the swamps. Looks like this could be the champion's journal. Start reading. Aurelian's Soul Spear. This has to be some kind of joke. Me, the Dawnbringer, I've never even heard of this prophecy. As we prepared to leave, I had to remind the consul only those closest to me, my bannerman, Everin, and the priestess Viola are allowed to follow. They at least know there might be no way back from where we're going. If some puffed up priestess wants me to be their hero, I'll do it on my own terms, not because some prophecy or priest tells me to. I will end this once and for all. They never told me when they said hero, they meant sacrifice. Charging headfirst into an army of demons, these priests have the strategic mind of a toad belcher. In the entry of the book, the writing seems to get more and more frantic. If I am this Dawnbringer, I will take the battle straight to the very heart of their evil and vanquish it once and for all. Reading about this, about him, seems like a lifetime ago. The light only knows how long I've been down here. Where were you going? We were heading into the Black Cathedral itself. Corellian, the Dawnbringer. He had located a route into the Dark Palace itself, sensing a great evil within. How did you get captured? I have no memory of getting captured. This is one of Ray's blessings, to be sure, warrior. I thank you for freeing me from this nightmare, but I fear my trials have not come to an end yet. I will see this through. The naivety of these Kandorians, they never fails to impress me. Trials, self-righteous bedtime stories, more like it. Campsite, Alchemist, Forking Tunnel. 2 tunnels split before you, each lead further into a complex networks of caverns and corridors. What will you do? I'm right-handed, so we're going right. Hugging the rightmost wall, you enter a dark corridor illuminated by scattered pieces of glowing crystal. Take a piece. Picking up a piece of the orange crystal, you feel various foreign sensations pulse through your mind. With some difficulty, you discern a distinct desire to acquire more of the crystal. Let's put it back down. You put the amber back down, sensing something very wrong about the strange crystal. Alright, we go forward. You continue forward and the walls of the corridor narrow, closing in on you with each step you take until you can no longer fit through. Forced my way through. You find a nice, hefty rock and smash your way through the passage, widening it until you can pass through unscathed. The amber gleams more potently, the warm hues reflected by the veins of pure gold coursing through the crystalline formations. Well, I'm greedy. 109 gold. Nice. Go forward. At last, the familiar warm tones of the crystal illuminate the widening walls of the cavern once more. You seem to have made it through the maze of tunnels. Yeah, with a rock. Alright. Mesmerizing presence. At the start of your turn, set your foes dominated to 3 and add Beguile to their deck. Okay. Serena Hellspark. You wouldn't hurt me, would you? Black and purple tapestries hanging from tall stone pillars surrounding a crystalline throne at the center of the grandiose room. At the center of the room, a familiar black smoke coalesces once more, and the demoness steps forth the murky darkness. The succubus grins and clasps her hands together joyfully. You finally made it! And brought my puppet back to me. Viola closes her eyes, lifting a single hand as the tips of her fingers start to glow. Lady of Mercy, show kindness to those deserving of your love, and reveal your thorns to those beyond your mercy. A smirk crosses the succubus's lips as she steps forward, then all of a sudden, chains of binding light lash out at her hooves and hands, pulling her back into a swelling gateway of pure light. What? No! No puppet! The scream echoes painfully off the stone walls until it fades completely, leaving only the occasional rustle of small dust and debris sliding down the cavern interior. Blessing of the White Rose unlocked. Viola watches the demon vanish, only averting her eyes once it has truly vanished. Thank you for this opportunity, warrior. Not only are you worthy of the Lady's mercy, she will trouble us no longer. Blessing of the White Rose. Gain 5 HP every time you visit an opportunity. I have some questions. Ask, and I shall answer, warrior. Who are you? I'm Viola Skysword, High Priestess of the Order of the White Rose. I was summoned to guide the Dawnbringer in spiritual matters, as the prophecy foretold. And tell me about the Dawnbringer. The Dawnbringer is our champion of light, the one who will free the shattered realms from darkness. Every few hundred years, Ray sends one of the children to our aid to battle against ever-encroaching darkness and demons. We just talked about this. And what were you doing here? We were going to the Black Citadel. And then the Dawnbringer left us. And where did the Dawnbringer go? I don't know. He left us. I have to find him. And then the priest puts a palm against her face. Okay. So now we can definitely see that that's just a repeat. Then the White Rose will aid you, hero. Explore the mines some more, which is just campsites. So I guess I'll heal. See if something comes up. Nope, so we'll leave the area. Alright. Masks of Misery, Tribes of Twilight, or the Deep. Well, much like previous, we're going to go with the Deep, because it's the core, I'm used to it, and that's just the best option for right now before we can start mixing up and going in different routes. The Deep. Travel to this cursed place below the surface. The Deep. The sprawling network of tunnels known as the Deep. Once was sprawling living city deep underneath the shattered realms. Find the Dark Citadel. You descend into the uncharted network of the tunnels and caverns known only as the Deep. If the priest is right, these tunnels could lead straight into the Onyx Cathedral itself. But who knows what dangers lurk below the surface of the shattered realms. Okay. The recording is running a little long, so like I said, I think I'm going to do an hour and 45 minutes for about each of these, and we're getting pretty close. So we'll go to the Enchanter, and we will imbue another card. I think we imbue Master of Arms, because this now increases our basic attack each time we use a basic attack by +1. It's just damage on damage on damage at this point. Alright. That's it. We will call it there for now. Once again, I appreciate each and every one of you who have taken the time to watch this, who have commented, who have liked, or subscribed, or shared with friends, or just taken the time to listen to me be the biggest idiot trying to bring some kind of joy to anybody who's watching this. Thank you all so much. I will see everybody later, I guess. I still don't have an outro, so it's just gonna be one of those things where I just continue to wing it until I find something that works, but I doubt I ever will because I have ADHD and I lose my mind. Alright. Thanks again, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. Be safe. Bye-bye.